Hi, how are you guys today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, aloha. Welcome.
Aloha.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Oh, of course. Well, I'm going to turn off my camera and turn the time over to
Let
you
me
to lead
make sure
us.
that you can see me. All right, can you see me?
Yes,
All
we
right,
can.
and you can see everything from
Yep.
head to toe?
Yep. Looks great.
Okay,
All
great.
right. Thanks, Jeff. I'm going to turn it to
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Can you see me? Um,
Yes, I can see you and hear you.
okay, great. Um, Thank you for joining us today. Today, as Lindley was talking about the breath, we're going to work on our pranayama, as it's known in yoga, and that's our breath. So today, when we do our poses, we're going to be breathing constantly. We'll be holding our poses for 7 breaths. So you can hold them for 5 to 7 breaths. It's your practice. So if anything feels uncomfortable, get out of it. If you're not comfortable doing any of the moves, don't do it. But be as relaxed as you can. My yoga practice is always based on kindness. And kindness starts at home, right? Starts with us. We can't be kind to others if we can't be kind to ourselves. And as you'll see, once you're really kind to yourself and others, they start being even more kind to you, and the world becomes more kind to you. And what better way to do this through yoga? So let me tell you what I put together a program. So we'll be in the chair constantly. We won't be leaving the chair at all. We'll do some warm ups before we get into our poses. We call salutations. And then I have a group of poses that have really helped me get strong. And I have a breathing exercise at the end that has really helped me. And then, of course, the most important pose, Shavasana. So why don't we do a chant and then we'll get started with our warm up, okay? So if you could put your hands together in front of you. Shanti. 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 So let's start with our salutations. Let's get warmed up before we get in our poses. First thing we want to always do is safety. Make sure your chair is all the way to the wall and that it's not going to move on you as you twist and bend. So make sure you're nice and secure, safety first. So the first thing we're going to do is, in all our poses, we're going to come from the ground up. We're going to build our poses from the ground up. So put both your feet in front of you, as however you're comfortable. Make sure they're flat on the ground. And breathe in. We're going to start breathing. And as we breathe, lift our arms over our head and gaze up. Bring our hands together and bring your head up and gaze at the ceiling. And now take your hands as you're gazing at the ceiling and put them on your shoulders and open your wings, open your heart. And just realize that, how beautiful it is to bring in that air as you continue to breathe. And as we stretch out, we put our hands at our side, we lower our head. Just feels so good to just stretch, doesn't it? Then what I want you to do is take your arms and take your right arm and your left arm and go the opposite ways. And just stretch out and breathe. It feels, just let it feel so good for you to breathe. And then unwind that and do it in the opposite direction. Keep your head up. Open your arms. Bring your arms up again. Gaze at the ceiling, the sky, wherever you happen to be. Breathe that beautiful air in. Put your hands again on your shoulders And open up your arms, open up your heart. Just let the love come in. We're warriors, can't be beat. Lift your arms over your head and then just bend forward. If you can touch your toes, touch your toes. And stay like this for a minute. Keep breathing. You want to get all that good oxygen. Lift your arms up. Hope you're okay. Everybody's okay. I wish I could talk back and forth. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a warrior one pose. Like I said, we're going to build our poses from the ground up. So the first thing we want to do is adjust ourselves on our chair. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to put it out in front of us, okay? With your toes straight ahead, your middle toe, okay? Like so. Make sure that your knee is behind your ankle. With your other foot, you're going to have that somewhat of a 90 degree like this, okay? You can see me, just nice and straight like it is. We're going to take our right arm. We're going to build this posture up. Now, what we're going to do is we want to get our lower back nice and straight with our shoulders straight, looking straight ahead, taking our right arm and wrapping it behind our back. Now, I hope you can see how my hand is open like this. No fists, okay? We're kind to ourselves. So we have an open hand behind us. We're totally straight. Our back is straight. I'm going to take, as soon as you're comfortable, now remember, always get into a pose nice and slow at your pace. Now we're totally straight. Put our left hand on our chest or our belly, wherever we're comfortable. And let's hold this for 7 breaths. Keep breathing. That beautiful air. And just get a full lung. It feels so good. Get that shoulders back and make sure your lower back is nice and straight and you're upright. And then once you get to 7 breaths, we're going to take our left arm and we're going to raise it up to the sky. And now look up to the sky. Raise your eyes, your gaze to the sky. And now take that left hand and put it on your shoulder. And keep that hand open. And now stretch it out for 7 breaths. I hope you feel the elbow to the sky, the other elbow to the floor. It just feels so good to be able to stretch and get all this great air in your lungs. Feel the energy from the ground. And after 7 breaths, release your left arm, your right arm. And let's do the other side. Excuse me. I got my cheat sheet here so I don't get off track. So again, this time the left foot forward. The right foot will be back. Let's make sure that the ankle is in front of the knee. That way there's no injuries to our legs. So you can be able to do this during the holidays, as long as you got a chair and a wall. I'm sure you'll have a floor. So as we get this pose going, again, from the feet, from the ground up, legs straight, our toes straight. Now let's work on our lower back. Get that nice and straight. Put your shoulders back. Let's take our left hand, our left arm, and wrap it around our body like we did before. And get nice and straight. Get that lower back nice and straight. That's where you want the bandha. Okay, that's where you want it nice and straight. Get your shoulders straight. Are you ready to put your hand somewhere in front of you, wherever it's most comfortable? And look straight ahead and breathe. 7 breaths. The air just keeps getting more delicious. Mm. Just look straight ahead. Get those shoulders back. That back is straight. And then after 7 breaths, like we did with the other side, let's take our right arm up to the sky, bring our eyes to the sky, and take our hand and put it on our shoulders so our elbows up in the air. And remember to keep those hands wide open, no fists. And let's breathe. Get that pranayama. Burn the tapas. As you gaze into the sky and just see how beautiful this world is, and how you can just use the oxygen that's all around you for health. It's an amazing thing. And then after 7 breaths, let's release. How's everybody doing? I imagine it's okay. Now we're going to do a variation in the chair of Warrior 2. And with Warrior 2, again, we're gonna, our right foot will be facing a 90 degree this way, okay, towards the wall on your right side. Our left leg, you're gonna try to get open as possible. Your big toe will be facing straight ahead, okay? Again, now we're gonna be working on just getting straight with our body. Let's get the lower back straight. Let's get our chest up, our shoulder back. This time, take your left arm and wrap it around your body like we did in the Warrior 1. And as you can see, my fingers are wide open, okay? And let's get like this. Make sure you're stretched out, nice and straight. And again, put your hand on your chest, your belly, wherever you're comfortable. Remember, this is your practice. I'm just taking the air. It's just, the more you get, the better it is. Get those lungs working. Get the head straight, the shoulders back. Make sure that your lower back is nice and straight. And then after 7 breaths, we're going to release our right arm and we're going to turn it like so and grab our left shoulder, left ear, and gaze as I am with your right elbow as far up in the air as you can. And hold this for 7 breaths. Again, keep breathing. Air just feels so good. And when you've reached 7 breaths, release. Come to the middle of your chair. Let's do the other side. So take your left foot towards the left wall, wherever your left arm will be facing now. And again, you're on your right foot, you want that big toe facing straight out. Okay? So it's like a 90 degree that you're working with there. Okay, let's get our back straight, our lower backs, get our shoulders back. All right, and this time, the right arm looking up, looking straight ahead. Wrap it around. Remember, you got to keep this hand nice and open. No stress. Kindness. Okay. And then let's get in position and let's hold this for 7 breaths. Taking those deep breaths. Let it be so delicious for you. Deep breaths. Keep the shoulders back. Make sure that you have that bond in the lower back. Oh, it feels so good. And this time, We're going to take our left arm, bring it up, put it on our shoulder, and look over. Bring your left elbow as far up in the air as you can, your right elbow as far down as you can. Keeping your body straight, the bend in your lower back. You get that delicious stretch. When you're done, your 7 breaths, release. You have to excuse me for a second. Okay. This next pose we're going to do is to work on some of your flexibility, help you with your organs in the next group. First thing we're going to do is just try to get your hips and your feet together in this one. And then if you can get pigeon-toed as far open as you can with your legs and your toes, okay? And then what we're going to do is get your body straight and start bending forward. Okay. And as far down as you can go, if you put your hands on the floor and have bandhas in your elbows, get your elbows and your arms as straight as you can, and hang your head. And hold this for 7 breaths. Take that air and just work with it and just take all of it right in. And then after 7 breaths, I want you to come up, take your left hand, put it anywhere below your knee that you're comfortable with. Take your right arm, wrap it around your body like we've been doing. Hand open, when you're just below your knee or at your knee. Bend over and look up to the sky as much as you can or to the wall. And hold this for 7 breaths. This is good for your liver, your kidneys. Keep breathing. Take in some really good deep breaths. And then after 7 breaths, let's get back to the middle position. Put our hands back on the floor and bend and hold it for 7 breaths. Keep breathing. Pranayama. It's so delicious to breathe this air. And then when you're ready, let's take our right hand, put it on the other side of our knee. Take our left hand and wrap it around our body and gaze over your left knee up into the sky or the wall, whatever comfortable for you. And let's hold this for 7 breaths. Take in the air. Feels so good to be able to just breathe and stretch and twist. And then when you're ready, come back to the middle, touch the floor, and rise up. Okay. Why don't we, I hope this works. For a little break in the action, why don't we try a baby pose? What I've been doing in the chair for a baby pose is that we put our left hand under our left knees, the right hand under our right knee. Fold your hands together and just drop your head and just rest yourself. And just relax. And just take it all in. And when you're ready, whenever that is, come out of the baby pose. And we're going to get into a little bit of like a pigeon pose that I'm going to start in here. So what we're going to do with the pigeon pose is we're going to get into it eventually, but we're going to like build a foundation to get into it. So what we're going to do is, again, with our feet, okay, try to get them like even with your hips, right? So we're sitting like this, it's a pretty good fit, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our left elbow, we're going to put it on the other side of our right knee while we look ahead. Take your hand, put it on your right shoulder, left hand on your right shoulder. Again, we're going to take our right hand and we're going to wrap it around our bodies, like so. And we're just going to really slow gaze over our shoulder, like so. And let's hold this for 7 breaths. Air is so delicious. Make sure your hands are wide open. There's no stress, just full of kindness and love. It's so good. And then we'll come out of that. And what we're going to do is come up a little bit on your seat so that you're about 3/4 of your body is on the seat. And what we're going to do is make sure your left foot, you have a 90-degree angle like so. Left foot is flat on the ground. Take your right foot, hold that, and bring your chest back with the bond in your back. Okay. And just let's hold this for 7 breaths. And breathe and take in the air. And keep breathing. It feels so good. Hold it tight. Keep your back straight, your chest out. It feels good. Okay, would you lay down? Both feet flat on the ground in front of you. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bend forward like you did in baby pose. But this time, your arms are going to be out like you're a bird. You're going to come all the way down. Okay. You're going to hold it like this for just a few seconds. And then we're going to come into a pigeon pose where we raise our hands and our head to the sky. Put your head all the way back. Make sure you have a bond in your lower back and just reach for the sky. And let's hold it like this for 7 breaths. Gaze at the sky as you're breathing. You're taking in all that beautiful, delicious air. Your head and your eyes are just up into the sky. You're just loving it. And bring our arms down. Rest. Let's do the other side. So feet on the ground, your 3/4 on the chair. Okay, you're going to take your right elbow over your left knee. Put this right hand on your shoulder like so. Take the left hand, wrap it around your body. Remember, hands have to be open. And gaze over your shoulder. And now we're going to hold this for 7 breaths as we take in some really nice deep breaths. That twist feels so good. Just breathe, keep breathing. Take in the full breath. Oh, it feels great. And then when you're ready, release. Remember, we move nice and slow, really kind to ourselves. So let's have the right foot firm on the floor. Take our left foot up. Okay, hold it. Like so. Bring our chest back to bond it in our lower back. Okay, bring the chest out. Look straight ahead. And let's hold this pose for 7 breaths. Keep taking that breath. Pranayama. If anyone asks you what kind of yoga we practice, it's Hatha yoga. And we're practicing mainly today the fourth limb of pranayama. Sometimes I have to yell at myself to get out of poses. So let's release. Put our feet back on the floor like we did. And we're going to bend over again. Nice and slow, all the way down. Head in between our knees. Take our hands all the way out. And just stay here for a bit. When you're ready, let's bring our bodies up. Bring our hands up to the sky, our eyes up to the sky. And let's hold this pose up in the way we have it for 7 breaths with our neck all the way back, our head all the way back, our ribs nice and open. That feels so good. And keep breathing. It feels so good to do this. Keep breathing and breathe and reach. Make it delicious. And when you're ready, let go. Okay. And there's, before we get into the lower, more of the lower body, so many times, I don't know about the other warriors, I have some problems with my hands. And I don't have problems with my hands anymore since I started this exercise. What I'd like you to do is sit in your chair, be nice and comfortable, put your feet right under you, like we are right now. Just get your feet under your knees. And I want you to fold your hands like so, but with your left thumb over your right thumb, okay? And what I want you to do is take some breaths and take your arms, take them out, and put your hands all the way out. And just hold it like this for about 7 breaths. Take some really deep breaths. Make sure your elbows are straight out, your hands are straight out. And when you're ready, let's raise our hands up into the air, as far up into the sky as we can. This way we're working on our neck, our shoulders, and reach for the sky. And reach and reach and reach. And now let go. Come down a little. And now reach up again. Reach and breathe and reach and reach and reach. And then when you're ready, start bringing your hands down. Fold them again in front of you. This time, let's take our right thumb, put it over the left, and put our fingers accordingly. Just switch them over from where they were. And now your right thumb is like so. Arms out. And just come out like that. So your palms are facing out and reach all the way to the sky. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Reach, reach, stretch those arms, stretch those shoulders. Your neck should feel great. And then release and Do it again. This time, really reach. Get those palms as far up into the sky as you can. Ah, yeah, that's a good exercise. Bring your hands down. And how are we doing, Lily? Everything on? We're okay? We're on
Yeah,
schedule?
doing great. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to start working on the lower body. And again, I wanted to be able to do everything on the chair for you so that you can continue to just stay on the chair. It's nice and sturdy. You don't have to worry about balance or anything. And if there's a time where if would like to get together and do some mat yoga, get a hold of Lindley and we can have a time when we can do that too. So what we're going to do now for our lower body, and we're going to be using our upper body too, but this is mainly for our lower body, is we're going to put our knee over our knee, both sides. We're going to hold it. So what we're going to do is cross your legs as much as you can, and you want to get your feet apart as far as you can, okay? So you're going to sit like this, and then eventually just going to keep bending over, and bending over. Okay, as far as you can go. Okay, you can hold on to your seat. What I like to do is hold on to my knees. And we're going to stay like this for 7 breaths. Keep breathing, stay down. Make sure that if you feel any pain during this, please get out of this position. Women seem to be able to handle this position a lot easier than us men. So just relax. Keep breathing. Just enjoy the air and enjoy the flexibility of your mind and your body together. And then when you're ready, sit yourself back up and cross the legs. Nice and flat, so you're back in position. And this time take the left leg, put it over the right knee. And again, let's separate our feet as much as we can. Okay. And so we'll gradually just bend over, put our heads right into our knee. I always like to hold on to my knees and take some nice deep breaths. Ah, it feels so good. And as we're breathing and experiencing the burning of the tapas, as you're sweating, as you're exhilarating in any way, it just feels so good. And keep that fresh oxygen coming into your lungs. And when you're ready, sit back up in your chair and then uncross your legs. Okay. The next pose we're going to do is really a lot of fun. I like to sit all the way back in the chair, and I want you to have your feet flat on the ground. Take your right arm, stretch it straight out. Okay. You take your left leg and bring that up. And let's hold it for 7 breaths. And just feel the freedom of your air controlling how you just naturally just are able to do this, and just be nice and straight and nice and just feel good and how easy it is to breathe. And as you breathe more, it just gets easier and easier. And this is a great way to get well. And then after 7 breaths, let's let ourselves down. Let's do the other side. So let's take our left arm up, right leg up, and just for 7 breaths, let's just take it in. Get those deep breaths in there. Make it really delicious. I'm going to bring it down after 7 breaths. And I want to share this exercise with you. My mentor, Ravani, taught me this. And ever since I started doing this, I sleep like a baby. Because I do it at night, I do it in the morning. And what I'd like you to do is take your thumb and your index finger, okay? And what you're going to do is put your thumb on your right side of your nose, okay? And have your index finger ready to plug the left side of your nose. Sit up in a chair. You can do this in bed. You can do this anywhere. This exercise is so cool. And what you're going to do is you're going to breathe in through your left nostril, all the way up. Take your index finger, plug your left nostril, and let it out the right. Now, breathe in through the right. Plug it with your thumb. And when you're ready, let it out the left. Breathe in through the left. Plug the left. When you're ready, let it out the right. I usually do 5 of these, if you're okay with that, and then I do 5 with the other hand. It gives you such a rush of oxygen, and it's just a beautiful thing to clear your head before, especially before bed. And you can do this anywhere, anytime. So let's continue. Again, put your thumb over your right nostril. Breathe in your left. Let it out the right. Breathe in. Let it out the left. I hope that exercise helps you as much as it has helped me. Right now, we're going to do a baby pose again before we get into the most important pose of yoga, which is Shavasana. So if you'll join me, put your right and left hands on your knees, hands together, and just bring your body down and relax. And just let the shoulders rest on your knees. Let's hold this for as long as you guys want to hold it. It's your practice. Keep breathing. We're always breathing. And then when you're ready, let's come up. And like I said, the most important pose of yoga is Shavasana. And that's where let's just take it all in. And let's close our eyes and keep your tongue on the top of the roof of your mouth. And just close your eyes and sit back and take it in about just how kind you are to yourself, and now how kind you can be to others, and how this journey is, we need to live in the moment, and just relax, close your eyes and take it all in. What did you get from the class, and how do you feel, and what are you going to do now, like after you're done, and how can you bring this energy to your families and to your caregivers, just to be able to show our brothers and sisters all around us kindness. And so let's just sit back, close our eyes, keep breathing. Pranayama, the 4th limb of Hatha Yoga. And remember to live in the moment. You just, the past is a bullet. And the future can be even worse. So just live for today and be happy. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. I found a little thing I wanted to read a class that really struck me. We practice yoga to remember that which our hearts have always known, but our minds have simply forgotten. And it just, means so much to open up your heart and, find the kindness and love that is inside you and stay with it because kindness attracts kindness. Trust me. As we lay back. When you're ready, we'll come out of Shavasana. We'll do our final chant. And I believe Lindley has some questions and answer time, so we'll get into that. So why don't we sit in our chairs, open up our eyes. I hope it was a good practice for everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, it's not me. Don't take it out on yoga. Keep doing yoga, even if you didn't get something out of this. Please keep yoga. So why don't we do our final chant? Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Mahalo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jeff. That was so wonderful. So I'm going to open the time now to all of you to ask some questions. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to add them into the Q&A at the bottom. But I will, so a question that a lot of people had last time for you, Jeff, was when are you going to do a YouTube channel? So have you done a YouTube channel?
No, I haven't. I need to. How do I make sure warriors ride for free?
I don't know. That's definitely something I can look into to see if we could do something to
make sure all the warriors ride for free.
Yeah. That way we can stay connected with you and keep having these kinds of classes from you, and they can benefit all the time.
Whatever you'd like to do, I'm available all the time.
Okay, well, I'll look into see what we can do and how we can utilize your amazing talent.
Thank you.
So we have one comment from Jay saying, thanks, really enjoyed it. I 100% agree. I really enjoyed it. And it's amazing how even from the chair, how much benefit you can have from the yoga and feeling the stretch. So a question I have is, so a lot of times I feel like I need a stretch by like kind of twisting or rotating. How is the best way to stretch your back without too much of that twist and rotation to save spinal injuries?
A great way to stretch your back is if you can get on the mat and do baby pose. It really stretches you out. And when you get into the pose and you're down on the ground like that, stretch out your arms. Keep your head down and keep those arms all the way out. That's a good way. Downward facing dog, that'll stretch your lower back real nice. Just make sure that your heels are on the floor and that your hands are completely stretched out.
Can you modify downward dog with like holding onto a chair or or the wall or something?
Yeah, I can do one. Would you like to see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me put the camera like this and make sure you can see it.
I'll stop sharing my screen so everyone can see you.
There. Can you see?
Yep.
Always make sure, like I said, safety first. One of the things that I used to do when I was at Roswell Park in Buffalo was I would take the chair and I would walk myself back, okay? And keep looking up because you always want to bring your head down last, okay? So as soon as you know your chair is sturdy, your elbows are completely straight, your feet are flat on the ground, now start lowering your head. And then look at your pubic bone and stay like this for 7 seconds, right? Or 7 breaths, excuse me. And then you can modify it, come in and get on your toes, bring your back up like this for upward facing dog. So you can get both sides of the stretch.
Awesome. Thank you for the demonstration.
Oh,
So,
sure. Anytime. If anyone would like to do mat yoga too, I have a complete program I do 3 days a week like that. So we can do that too, whatever's good for everyone else.
cool. Jeff, did you have any back problems when you were with your diagnosis?
Oh, it was terrible. Broken ribs and my back was a mess. It was so bad that when I when I first went to Roswell, I got on the elevator and when I walked by people, it hurt. The wind hurt.
Oh,
And now, as you can see, I had a 2-hour session this morning. We did this. I went on a 50-mile bike ride yesterday. So I don't have any pain anymore.
so what was like the biggest benefit or biggest help for your back? Was it through just yoga or kyphoplasty? What was it that helped your?
I got Dr. Jen Swillingas at Roswell. He got rid of the pain like that. He's just the best. I just love him to death. And all the angels there too. And when I came back from Buffalo back to Kauai, I started doing some really modified poses because I was so into yoga before I was sick. And I built my strength up like that. And I built my immune system up through yoga. And when I first came back from the stem cell transplant, I had high blood pressure. So I worked on that. And now the highest my blood pressure has been is 121/78. And that's for about a year now. I take no medicine, nothing. I mean, I take Pomalyst, but.
Yeah. We do have a question. Is your mat poses, are they restorative poses?
I do have a restorative program that I do, but what we did today wasn't restorative.
Okay, cool. So when you say that Dr. Hillinghast cured your pain, so what did he do to help you get rid of that pain? Was it the stem cell transplant? Was it certain medications? Was it
It was
a
before the
routine?
stem cell transplant. Just how aggressive he was, like he was determined that I was going to sleep in a bed, And he did it with, was it Velcade, the Dex, and something for like twice a week. He really, and all of a sudden, boom, pain, like, I could sleep in a bed again. It still hurt. I was still in pain and stuff, but during my rehab after the stem cell transplant, I was doing a lot of as much yoga as I could in the chair, getting on the floor, the exercise bike, and shoveling snow.
Awesome.
That was my exercise regimen.
Well, and you are a kind of person, correct me if I'm wrong, the kind of person who didn't really want to sit still very much, did you?
No, I'm always outside, but it's like, I didn't plan on going for this bike ride yesterday. I'm either at the beach or up in the mountains. I've been climbing a lot of mountains and cliffs. The bad news is I've discovered carbon bicycles. They're $5,000, but I've been riding up the mountains with them. So I figure multiple myeloma is never going to have a chance because I'm going to kill myself on the bike. It goes so fast. So I've been doing that a lot of, but I have another yoga teacher that we get together 3 times a week at 6:30 in the morning, and we do our silent practice for an hour and a half. So that's helped a lot. So I'm never in pain, thank God.
That's awesome. It's definitely a testament that by staying active, you can, help yourself cope and recover a lot of the injuries and issues that come with the diagnosis. So keeping moving can definitely help.
Right, and stretching your body and breathing. You don't realize how important just what we just did, getting all that fresh air in your body. It makes a difference how you feel. Helps you heal.
Now, I already feel a lot better, and every time I do yoga, I don't realize how tight I am and how needed it is. So,
And let the veil fall.
mhm,
So you can just,
definitely.
because everything's right here, and it's with the, as Bhavani, my teacher says, is let the veil fall because there's many veils. Just let them unwind and be yourself. You'll end up loving yourself. And
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
kind. Be
Well,
kind.
thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to share my screen again to
Oh,
share the upcoming things that we're going to have.
okay, let me get off here.
Oh, you're good. Okay. So our next event will be on December 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Our topic will be how to handle the holidays and enjoy your desserts without feeling derailed from your goals. So a lot of times around the holidays, there's so many wonderful foods and things that we can, indulge in. So we're going to talk about how to find that balance and enjoy the things that you enjoy without that guilt that some people have after. So looking forward to that event. So I'd also like to announce a very special event we have upcoming. We will have the privilege to hear from Dr. Jim Allison, an immunotherapy pioneer and Nobel Prize winner. His unconventional thinking led to the treatments that we now know as immunotherapy. You will have the opportunity to watch his documentary for free and then come and ask him your questions on November 15th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Sign up today on the Myeloma Crowd website. This is going to be an amazing opportunity. So I definitely think everyone should get registered and participate. What a unique opportunity we have here. Our upcoming events, you may be interested in any other Myeloma Crowd community events that we have. So Thursday, November 4th at 1 p.m. Eastern is the stem cell transplant chapter, coping with hair loss before, during, and after your stem cell transplant. Tuesday, November 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern, relapsed and refractory myeloma patients, cancer survivorship, optimizing your wellness. Tuesday, November 9th at 6:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the SoCal Myeloma Community Chapter, Thanksgiving and Receiving, Opportunities and Resources for Multiple Myeloma Patients. Thursday, November 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, the African American Myeloma Chapter, learning more about genomics and why it matters to African American myeloma patients with Dr. Gareth Morgan. You can access any of those events and many others that I have not mentioned today by following the link in that slide below. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Bristol Myers Squibb, Takeda Oncology, Karyopharm Therapeutics, Adaptive Biotechnologies, Oncopeptides, Janssen Oncology, AbbVie, Sanofi, Amgen Oncology, and Genentech. Thank you for helping us build a strong myeloma crowd community. I appreciate you and hope you have a great rest of your day.